guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today we'll be reviewing a Shudder original film, Host.
The plot of this movie is 5 friends. They're on a Zoom call, and it looks like they want to interact with a spirit or some type of spirit for some reason. They want to do this.
Yeah, they're doing like a long distance seance type thing, and they're not taking it really seriously. It's like your kind of basic idea. They're kind of poking fun at the whole thing, and it spawns this ridiculous entity that's escaping into their world, and it's really well executed. And the fact that this film was actually made during quarantine adds another element to it. It feels kind of weird watching a movie that was made like currently.
Yeah, they added that aspect to it. So people wearing face masks, like it's very 2020.
Yeah, they make reference to quarantine. They talk about all these different things, about joking people can't cough anymore.
Yeah.
So it's weird seeing this kind of on the big screen, seeing the art imitating life. We're seeing the actual fruits of what's happening in a film. So I think that added a little special element to it. We're probably going to see this a lot moving forward.
Yeah.
But this is like the first big movie that I've seen that actually addresses the current state of things.
Yeah, I also like this movie's super short. It's around an hour long.
Yeah,
and it's about like if you really pay attention to the Zoom call, it's how long their Zoom call is. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really clever the way that the movie is made because it's so low budget, obviously. It reminds me a lot of Unfriended, but I actually like this movie a little bit more than that film. And it has very, Paranormal Activity-esque feel to it.
Yeah.
And I think it was really refreshing, honestly, to see like a very well done found footage type movie.
Yeah, there's definitely some moments in this movie that I just was not expecting. I knew it was going to be probably slightly a little like graphic and gory, but there was moments I was just like, wow, they went there.
Well, I love that Shudder is willing to put out some stuff that you may not see in a big mainstream film.
This is true, yeah.
So I do like that. I like seeing Shudder originals because it feels like it's more for horror fans. It's not necessarily pandering to just a wide audience.
Yeah. I really like the actors in this movie. I don't really know any of their body of work, but they're fairly unknown, and I felt like that added something to the film. Like they were like normal people out in the real world, and they're experiencing this demonic entity.
Yeah, it's really funny because I was talking to Noelle about this actually earlier today, and I feel like when you see a found footage film in particular, and it's a lot of unknown people, it feels real. You feel immersed in it. Found footage films can be incredibly immersive if they're done well, and I think this one is done well. So you don't have like big name actors that take you out of it. Like I'm not watching like Chris Pratt on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't feel as real or as authentic. So I think there's some real genuine scares in the film. Yeah. And they're able to manufacture them in a way that's a little subversive. Like you don't know what's happening. There's in particular a scene where you're seeing like a background loop happen.
Yeah.
And then kind of just there's a jump scare, but it doesn't feel like a cheap, unnecessary jump scare. And you're like, oh, damn, like this is happening. Like things happen real quick in this movie because it's only an hour long. But definitely the last 20 to 30 minutes, you're just on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, there's moments I wanted to look away. My heart was beating. And then something just pop up and I was like, baby Jesus.
Well, it's like I was talking to Noelle about, again, is I think the use of modern technology makes it that much more relatable in a way and immersive. Like there's these like kind of Snapchat-esque filters, like Zoom filters that are on it. And you think about that, like, what if I see a face? Like, that's like, everyone's afraid of that. You're on Snapchat, you can see a face pop up behind you. So they have that kind of built into the storyline. They use visual and practical effects in a way that they can pull it off and they can make it pretty cheap, but still make it effective, similar to like a original Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, I'm going to honestly say, I think this is one of the most fun, like, horror films I've seen since Paranormal Activity. Like, I felt like that was just, like, new and fresh, but then that kind of got ran to the ground.
Yeah, it's a genre that I really loved. Like, I really loved the early Paranormal Activity movies. There's a lot of found footage movies from that time period that I liked, and then it just kept happening and happening. Yeah. And you got that, like, really shaky cam stuff, and I don't really like that. But this has that same stationary fixed camera.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I just think it works. I just think it's a film format that obviously was very successful. And we gave it a little break, and I'm hoping that we're not going to see a bunch of them now.
Yeah.
Because the current climate, you might see a little more films that are done this style so people can be safer. But definitely a well-executed film by everyone involved.
And it also gets you like a little pumped for that Halloween season coming up. This year has just felt crazy, and I mean, we're in August, we're almost close to October, and it's just a good scare.
Well, I guess the only real knock I would have on the movie is that it is a very, very, very simple premise.
It is.
It's a very commonly used premise. But I do think the fact that it kind of shortens the runtime, they're not trying to fluff up a basic idea. They're like, this is the idea, we're doing it. It's going to be like a really short film style. It works well that way. They didn't drag it out or try to make it into something bigger than what it is. Yeah. Like Paranormal Activity started to do as it got later on.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do think it's really nice little concise movie that people who enjoy those type of films would actually like to watch. I feel like people want to act like they don't like found footage movies. It's became so like dumb that I like these movies. But now I feel like it's back, and I'm ready to enjoy some more.
Yeah, so I'd give this movie 8 out of 10. I thought it was a very fun, thrilling, scary movie. There was a lot of there are jump scares, but they're a little different that I haven't seen in a little bit.
Yeah.
It felt fresh, it felt new. And of course, it's just a good scare.
So if I were to rate this movie, I would actually give it an 8.5 out of 10. I know that seems a little high for such a basic movie and a basic premise, but it was great to see this genre have like kind of a comeback, something I haven't seen in a long time. It gave me like kind of nostalgia for those paranormal films of like, 10, 20 years ago at this point. It feels like it's been so long. But it is nice seeing a new movie come out when everything keeps getting pushed further and further out to next year.
Yeah.
So this sums up our review for Host from Shudder. Let us know what you thought about it if you checked it out. I know it's been out for a couple weeks now. I don't know how many people really see it, how many people subscribe to Shudder, but if you do, definitely recommend checking it out.
Let us know in the comments below what your favorite found footage movie is. It can be Paranormal Activity, it can be an alien movie.
I feel like this one's in like my top 5.
Yeah,
like, honestly.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just had no expectations.
Maybe it's recency bias, but I really liked it.
Yeah, exactly. Always remember to like and subscribe, and we appreciate your support. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.